Chandler Moore was born and raised in the United States. Growing up in a Christian household, he was introduced to music and worship at a young age, where he developed a strong foundation in faith and musical talent. His parents played a significant role in nurturing his spiritual life, and Chandler became involved in his church's worship team early on. The church environment helped shape his passion for worship and music, especially with the influence of gospel and contemporary Christian music. By his teenage years, Chandler had become proficient in playing several instruments, including the piano and guitar, and began honing his skills as a vocalist. His musical journey was deeply intertwined with his spiritual life, and it became clear that his calling was to lead others in worship. Chandler Moore's musical career began to gain serious traction when he joined Maverick City Music, a collective of worship artists and musicians that has revolutionized modern worship music. Maverick City Music was founded by Tony Brown and Jonathan J. in 2018 with the intention of creating a diverse, authentic worship experience that reflected the multicultural, multi-generational body of Christ. Chandler Moore became an integral part of this collective and quickly made his mark with his powerful voice, emotive delivery, and ability to lead worship in a unique way. Moore is best known for his involvement in hit worship songs such as Man of Your Word, Promises, and Jireh, the latter of which has become a global anthem sung in churches around the world. These songs reflect Moore's musical range, blending elements of gospel, R&B, and soul, which has helped Maverick City Music stand out from other worship collectives. In addition to his performance roles, Chandler Moore is also a prolific songwriter. His contributions to albums like Maverick City Volume 1, Maverick City Volume 2, Jubilee, Juneteenth Edition, and Maverick City Music, A Very Maverick Christmas have helped define the sound and style of the collective. His ability to write both intimate and anthemic worship songs has earned him recognition as one of the leading voices in contemporary worship music. Chandler's collaboration with Elevation Worship, another major force in Christian worship music, further solidified his influence. Songs like Wait on You have also showcased Chandler's vocal talent and his ability to deliver worship that resonates deeply with listeners. Chandler Moore's musical style is often described as a mix of modern worship, gospel, R&B, and soul. His vocal delivery is characterized by a raw, emotive quality, which allows him to connect deeply with the audience. His ability to lead spontaneous, heartfelt worship has become a hallmark of his style. He brings authenticity and vulnerability to his performances, which have been praised for their emotional depth and spiritual richness. His songs, such as Man of Your Word, Communion, and Jireh, express themes of trust in God, the faithfulness of God's promises, and intimacy with Christ. Many of his songs have become staples in worship services globally, with church leaders and congregants singing them in both intimate settings and larger gatherings. Chandler Moore's influence extends beyond just his music. His leadership in worship helps foster environments where people feel comfortable experiencing the presence of God and connecting with Him on a personal level. His desire to create moments of genuine worship, rather than just perform, has resonated deeply with people both inside and outside of church settings. Chandler Moore is married to Charlene Moore, who also shares a passion for worship and ministry. The couple's relationship is built on a foundation of faith, and they are often seen supporting each other in their musical and ministry endeavors. Their partnership is an example of a relationship centered around God and their shared calling. Chandler's personal journey of faith is central to his music. He often shares his testimony of how worship and his relationship with God have shaped his identity. Chandler has been open about his experiences of growth, struggles, and the ways in which God has worked in his life. This vulnerability resonates with many of his fans, as it reflects the journey of faith that so many believers experience. Chandler Moore's impact on worship music is undeniable. Through his work with Maverick City Music, he has helped to redefine what modern worship can be, making it more inclusive, spontaneous, and emotionally expressive. His voice and his songs have brought people closer to God, and his contributions continue to shape the landscape of contemporary Christian music. His musical collaborations and leadership have made him a key figure in the worship community, both in the U.S. and internationally. Through his ongoing work with Maverick City Music, Chandler is influencing the next generation of worship leaders and songwriters who are passionate about creating spaces for authentic, heartfelt worship. Beyond music, Chandler is also a vocal advocate for racial reconciliation, diversity, and inclusion in the church. As part of Maverick City Music, which emphasizes diversity, Chandler and his colleagues are helping to reshape how worship is experienced across different cultures and backgrounds. Chandler Moore continues to be one of the most influential worship leaders in the contemporary Christian music scene. His work with Maverick City Music, his contributions to the global worship movement, and his personal journey of faith all continue to impact people worldwide. As Chandler's career progresses, his focus remains on leading people into deeper worship, creating music that connects with people's hearts, and using his platform to inspire spiritual growth in others.